So, we're back. We were talking about making sausages and showing Katie how to do all those things. But I thought we'd digress, because that's what I do. And while the sausages are marinating, I thought we'd show her how to make some fresh cheese. So, fresh cheese is really easy, guys, okay? It's just milk. I like to add a little bit of buttermilk. I put in a pint of buttermilk into 1 gallon of milk. It just gives it a little bit more yumminess. But fresh cheese is easy. So fresh cheese is the kind of cheese you say to someone, hey, would you guys like some cheese after dinner? And people go, yeah, yeah. So you crank out the fresh cheese, and then you prep your dinner, you cook your dinner, you eat your dinner. By the time that's all done, the fresh cheese is ready. It's better the next day. It's more firm, but it's ready. So all fresh cheese is the milk and a little bit of rennet. Now, you don't even need rennet. You put some lemon juice in there. But I use rennet, so let me just drop some drops of rennet in here. I use 26 drops of rennet. And I'll tell you why in a minute. Let me just drop it in here. You see, the problem with making fresh cheese in the Americas is the milk. Our milk here stinks. It's all ultra pasteurized. They destroy everything. And so sometimes the cheese doesn't come out. Now, if your cheese doesn't come out, don't blame yourself. You weren't 2 degrees too hot, or you didn't stir too much, or your rennet isn't good, although the rennet could be bad, but very seldom. No, the problem is the milk. It's very hard to find milk here in our area that's not ultra pasteurized. So then you take your milk and you warm it up to about somewhere around 96 degrees. That's not a precise science, okay? Mine happens to be 97 degrees right now. Could be 100 degrees, could be 112 degrees. You want warm milk that doesn't burn you. That's all you want. Once you have your milk warm, I like to add a little bit of calcium chloride, again, because this milk has so many difficulties making cheese. So you add a little bit of calcium chloride to help the rennet work. So I have 26 drops of, give or take, of rennet in here, and 13 drops of calcium chloride dissolved in a little bit of water. And I'm just going to add my calcium chloride and stir it in. When you're stirring the milk for this stuff, you try to stir from the bottom up. See? Okay. And then we add in our rennet, same deal. Okay. And we stir it in. Now, you don't want to stir this in more than about 30 seconds, because if your milk is good and your rennet is good and you go much longer, it'll start to lock up. And you don't want that. Sometimes you can actually feel, as you stir, you can feel the milk beginning to resist a little bit, beginning to try and create the curds. So we're going to hope that it comes out this time. It does not always come out, and because of the milk. And we'll see. So now we're all stirred in, and we're just going to cover it and set a timer for about 30 minutes and wait. In 30 minutes, there should be curds, and then we can proceed with the rest of the procedure for making the milk, which is really quite easy. And basically, it means you take your curds and you put them into these things. They have little ones like this, cute little ones like that, see? And they have big fat ones like these, see? And you can get these on Amazon. But we'll show you how that's done later. Cut. I'm going to put this one on. All right, so it's been 45 minutes or so.
Start rolling on this one.
And we have Katie. Jason's back there taking close-ups. And so about 45 minutes has elapsed, so we're going to check our milk now and see if we have curds. I'm pretty sure we do. I've had a knife out before. Jason, get a close-up of this, will you please? Okay, so let's see. Yeah, so that's what they call a clean cut. But you can see our curds are weak. And that's because of the milk. It has nothing to do with anything else. Anyway, let me just cut the curds. We're making fresh cheese, so none of this is that important. Basically just making squares. You know, small pieces, so that as you put the curds into your little forms, they won't conform. That's it. Now, typically you'd wait a little while, but I don't have any patience, so we're going to move along. Let me get a spoon out of here. All right, so let's bring our cheese over here. We'll start with a couple of these big ones, okay? Let's see, Jason, you gotta capture this, right? So there's our curds. Along the way, I like to add a little bit of milk. A little bit of salt, because this cheese has no salt at all. Okay. Just a little bit of salt. Just add some more in there. Just because we're too steep, because I didn't have something smaller to do this with. So let's just do this for now, and then we'll tilt it. We'll tilt it afterwards. See, we're just trying to get the water to come out of the cheese. A little bit more salt. Okay, and that's just going to sit there now and let the water come out. And we'll do another one. Wait. Something buzzed.
Probably just mom's phone.
Okay, a little bit of salt. Let me try and find something else to elevate that with, because we only want to elevate it a little bit, just enough to make the water run in only one direction and run away from the cheese. This way it can drain. There we go. We'll make a couple of little ones just for fun. Wish I had my other spoon. This is better at getting rid of the liquid. Yeah, this is working good. This is doing it.
This house would be magic for everything.
Again, we're trying to hurry. Normally I do this much slower, but I'm trying to get these guys out to breakfast because I'm holding them here. This machine keeps doing that. And basically, this just goes on, you know, and it makes quite a bit, okay? And you just keep squishing it in there, getting the water out. Now in Portugal, this makes, because the milk is so much better, this makes much more solid curds. Well, so it's easier to get a lot less water in here. And the cheese makes itself much easier and faster. But this is what we have to work with. This is what we're going to work with. As you can see, this made quite a lot of curds. So we can make a lot of cheeses. But these are going to go down quite a bit. And then we'll just keep adding more curd to it. And eventually they'll solidify. It'll become a little bit harder. They go in the refrigerator. They wait for a little while, an hour or so. And then you eat them. That's it. I'll show you them once we get them all stuffed up and what has gone out, because we're not going to sit here and film for the next few minutes while we get the word out. Touch it. Okay, you can kill the cameras. All right, so here are our little cheeses. They drained for a little while now, so they're pretty formed and ready to go in the fridge. And they'll sit in the fridge until tonight for dinner. And that's it. That's about all there is to it. Fresh cheese. Yummy. Cheers.
Just fucking glare on the glass. There we go. Yeah. Alright, go.
So our cheese is done, ready to eat. Just went in the refrigerator for a little while. The little ones look like that. Just get the plastic away. The big fat ones, they came out really nice. They look like this, see? And this is really delicious. Dagmar, where are you, baby? You gonna taste some of this cheese with us?
Working on my cakes, that I don't know if you used the video or not. I will get cakes. Yep.
So that's what it looks like when you pull the doohickey off. Let me get a knife. Can you get our bread? I'm gonna taste the cheese.
You usually
Jason,
serve
get a
it.
shot of the bread. Jason.
This is how we usually serve it.
Okay, so
Then we
what you
slice
do,
good quality bread.
you slice a little bit of the cheese. Come on now. And because I'm over here and the cheese is over there. Okay, there we go. And you put it on your bread. It's very soft, see? And you sprinkle it with a little bit of pepper. Sometimes you can put a bit of salt on it too. But there you go. Dag, you want a little bit?
I want my handy dandy cheese knife.
Okay, help yourself. Good.
What I do is I like to put it
It's nice, right?
with pepper before.
It's a very light cheese, you know.
That's white
Almost
pepper,
sweet.
not black pepper.
Mm. So that's how you make fresh cheese. There really is nothing to it as long as the milk is good. Easy every time.
Well, can I mention, if you're in, believe it or not, the cheaper milk worked better. So if you're in a place that has ShopRite, their bowl and basket or ShopRite brand, that's the milk we used. Make sure you use whole milk, not 2%, not skim.
Yeah, it has to be whole milk. And if you could find milk that's not
Borders.
ultra pasteurized, you're going to make amazing cheese.
Borden's has worked for us too, and Borden's is available throughout the country.
Oh, it's good. Jason, you're going to need to start filming at some point and come eat some of this.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you for hanging out. Hope you enjoyed this. Do make this. This is so easy and it's so good.
And the
Cheers.
forms you can get
Oh,
online.
and my wife's still talking.
We didn't mention the forms
Okay.
you can get online. There's
Okay. I did.
Portugalia Marketplace. They sell them.
All right.
Bye.
Cheers.